Hello everyone, this is my M2.1 post on my two technologies. The first technology that I'm going to talk about is something that I started looking into last year and was actually pretty excited that I saw that we were going to be doing it in this class, and that is virtual reality. I think that in a social studies classroom, virtual reality can have a lot of applications that can really help reinforce what the students are learning. So as you can see, what's on the screen here is Google Earth in a virtual reality capacity, and this is much more complex than anything I'd be using right away, but they're pointing a clicker and going wherever in the world they want to go. So, pretty incredible for students to be able to do something like that. Um, I had originally looked at more like gaming options, something similar to like World of Warcraft. There are some options that you can use in the classroom. Um, and actually, in the Delgarno only article, they take a critical look on using some of those commercial off-the-shelf games that are being repurposed and adapted for the classroom. And so far, the only research I found that has any sort of long-term effect is an article that the citation will be in my post. It was a 10-year critical review and found that social studies teachers and science and math teachers found that virtual reality had positive impact on learning in their classroom. And it gave the students a real-world authentic task, which is what we're always aiming to do. So for Google, I'll scroll down. I found this. This is just a little sort of a sample that you can watch, but it allows you to take a look at the Colosseum. And since I'm covering Rome in my global class, I thought this might be fun to look at the layout of the Colosseum and look at the surrounding area, talk about, you know, how Roman cities were built and how they think it would have looked, something like that. I also had an idea for the Global 2 teacher at my school. You could look at, in Paris, you could look at Champs-Élysées when you're studying Napoleon and have the students come up with some hypotheses on why they think he made the street so wide, um, rather than just telling them why he made it so wide. So this is going to be how I'm going to incorporate virtual reality in the immediate future. And then ultimately, I'd like to do something like Marion's Island where it can be more of a student community. The second technology that I'm going to talk about is GimKit. I was just introduced to this and I think it's awesome. It sort of piggybacks on the technology I talked about in my last post, which was Quizlet. I use Quizlet a lot for reinforcing terms and quizzing and things like that, assessment. GimKit will pull from your Quizlet study sets. So I've got one here for my AP US History class. And so it just pulls all your content that you've already put in to Quizlet. So it's a similar type of activity where you're studying terms and playing games, but it's much more comprehensive and competitive, which I think a lot of high school students really like. So you can do it in Classic where students compete on their own, and that way you can kind of see mastery levels and use that data to teach accordingly. Or you can use team mode to kind of like studying for a test or something where you can get some competition going. What I like about this is that they earn cash. I haven't quite figured out how they use it yet because I haven't had a class play it yet, but I think it could be a lot of fun and could create a lot of good, healthy competition. So I think I'm at my time. Those are my two texts, and thank you very much.